Hello, my name is Dan Pfyl, and I'm a solutions architect with Megaport. What I'm going to show you today is how to make a connection between Megaport and Wasabi. Now, the configuration that we're going to make is from a Megaport cloud router with a virtual cross connector, what we call a VXC, into Wasabi. This also could be deployed as a Megaport from your data center directly to Wasabi, so you could move data out of your data center into Wasabi. With this configuration in MCR, we could also connect this to AWS so that I could move data out of AWS into Wasabi. You will have to work with Wasabi with regards to your technical details. They have a qualification questionnaire that they ask you to fill out with all the pertinent information. And upon completing that and working with them, they will provide you with a service key that's used in the Megaport Portal, along with the maximum bandwidth that's going to be supported over this link, and then the Wasabi side IP addressing and the customer side IP addressing. So with that, let's go log into the portal and see how we do this. You can see that I'm sitting at my dashboard and it has all my services on here, and I want to now create this new service to Wasabi. So I go into my services tab, and for the ease of this demonstration, I've already built the MCR because really what I want to demonstrate is the connection to Wasabi. You can see I have this add a connection down here. Now I can get there two different ways. I can click on this connection button and would show me all these virtual services providers that I could get to in a list form, or I can just click on Wasabi right here. Now you can see this list form that I was talking about earlier, but really for Wasabi, it already has Wasabi chosen down here, and all it's asking for my service key. The service key that was in my diagram before is Echo Echo 34, 1 Echo 59. Once that key is validated, our API calls reached out to Wasabi. It's a valid key. I can go ahead and click next. I'm going to have to give this VXC a name, so I'm going to call it VXC to Wasabi. Service level reference is not a mandatory field, but if you wanted to put what project this was in relation to, a migration project, or maybe a specific customer, you would use this field here. And then the rate limit. So I'm going to give this 1 gig or 1000 meg. From that, I can choose my term. No minimum term, 12 months, 24 months, and 36 months, and there's the different pricings here. Because this is just a demo, I'm going to choose no minimum term. I'm going to head and click on next. Now this is the details of my configuration within my MCR. Now with Wasabi, they use static type addressing, so I'm not going to fill out anything in my BGP connection section, but I will go in and put in the customer side IP address they gave me. That IP address was 38.73.234.203/31. I'm going to go ahead and give this my NAT source address, which is the 203 address, and then I'm going to go build my static route down here. So my next hop in the Wasabi side address was 38.73.234.202. I also need to give it a prefix, so I'm going to use 38.146.40.0/24. I was given this information by Wasabi. I'm going to go ahead and click next here. It's going to summarize my VXC. It's going to Wasabi. It's for 1 gig. It tells me my IP address. It's one static route. Again, it's for a 1 gig max rate limit, and it's going to be $336 per month. I'm going to go ahead and add this VXC. You can see that it added the VXC, but it's telling me it has not been ordered yet. I'm going to go ahead and click order. order now. And this is starting to deploy. Now this is going to take a few minutes to deploy, and once it does deploy, this will turn green. Okay, you can see that my VXC to Wasabi turned green and is now all deployed. I can go in here and look at my looking glass for the MCR. You can see that it's going to load my routes here. And you can see that I have my static route connected to the 38.73.234.202, which is the Wasabi side of the connection. I'm going to go back to my services tab. And from a deployment standpoint, this is now connected to Wasabi. Again, if I wanted to connect this to another service provider, I could click connection here. I could go into a cloud VXC, and I could choose AWS, Google, Azure, whatever cloud service provider I wanted to choose. I could also create this as another VXC to just a Megaport that sits in my data center. But for this demo, the solution we were trying to create is done, which was this one right here, from a Megaport Cloud Router to Wasabi. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please reach out to Megaport and we can go into more detail about connections to Wasabi. Thank you.